conscious. Now what?
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
And yes. Oh man, yes. We are back with another episode of I'm Conscious. Now what? It's Derek Dunlap broadcasting live from Detroit, Michigan. And we have an icebreaker, a cherry popper here with us today. First, I want to recognize my brother across the pond from another mother, Ryan JC. What's up, my brother?
What's up? I've just been doing my things, meditating and discussing things with you in our downtime, some private things, and pulling up some things, and really just cultivating ideas for today's show. There's birds are going off in the background. Sounds really good, Des.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the hairs on my arms are still standing up. You talk about energy. I'm going to tell you this right now. Get a pen, a pad of paper, right? And get ready to take notes. You will be able to call in today. Let me give you the number now. I'm just telling you. The number is 734-230-2744. And I will let you know when to call in. Okay, so we don't disrupt our live guests. We have our first live guest who is going to be coming with a ton of vibrations, a ton of information. I'm actually excited about this. I was just telling Ryan the other day, I got crystals that I purchased and I've just abandoned them. I got my 3 favorites. So we're going to get a little bit more into the process of self-healing through crystals and using crystals, all diverse types of way to use crystals. I'm not the crystal expert. So let me listen to the ambience behind this lady. The birds are singing. They feel the vibration. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you all the way from California. Are you in California?
Yes.
Sunny California.
Yes.
Contessa. How are you, Contessa? Let me do it right, Contessa. Our first guest. How you living?
Oh, yes, I'm living well. I got your song stuck in my head. I love it. When I have those moments of doing my little Cinderella cleaning my house, I get to join your show. So this is awesome. Universal manifestation. I love you guys. So thank you for having me. I'm in California, sweeping. Love your way. Awesome. So I am, if you are a crystal person, the crystal talker. Like, let's talk crystals today. Yes, please.
All about crystals. So now you were telling me before the show, you got a lot going on as far as, of course, it's Halloween and a lot of people celebrate Halloween. What do you got going on for Halloween, and how are you integrating this Halloween into what you do? Are you doing any special crystal designs for Halloween, or tell us about it?
Oh, yes. I love whoever is empathic loves October, because they can kind of take a step aside and like lift the veil and see what's coming to them, what they can, really create, and what's been the ancestry stuff that's been passed on down the line. You know what I mean? Like the handmade stuff. So, I work basically in October in a haunt here in California that people come and they visit, and it's a haunted attraction, but it really is haunted. So with me, I go in with crystals and, work all that and grid that area to make sure it's good energy, even though it's freaky, if that makes sense. And then I've sat and made like candles with crystals in them that are candy corn. So you're just bringing the festivities of what is October. You know, the corn is coming out. It's crop time. Right. It's just kind of like everything's coming in abundance, and that's what's spilling out. Soaps, candles, stuff like that. Yes.
Okay, cool. We're gonna get much more in depth with you, Tess, and these crystals. But first, Crop, let's turn it over to you for a minute. And we were talking yesterday, and you sent me some information. And let's just get the insider. Let's just get this out of the way, because we're gonna give Tess the dance floor and let us take us home. So let's get all of the insider review and the news stuff out of the way at the top of the hour. Crop, you sent me a link. I started reading the link. My heart started pounding. I instantly called you right back. And just give us the insider review of this new opportunity for anybody. I think it's anybody. I don't know if it's any criterias to actually join a brand new space colony. Insider review from Ryan Cropper.
Well, I wouldn't say I was an insider because I'm not there yet. But,
It came from you, brother.
it came from me. Before it came to me, it came from a Facebook group member who posted it in the group. And of course, I approve all the posts before they go in, just in case any troll tries to slip in some abusive language. And I found a link. It was passed on a link to a sign-up page to Asgardia, which is a satellite thing in space which you get to live on. And they're going to launch that either in 2017 or 2018. You know, that's the time frame they want to launch this thing up into space, which is really, really soon. And straight away, my mind was already made up. You know, have you ever seen the movie Guardians of the Galaxy? Kid gets picked up by a spaceship. It's like my fantasy right there. So I automatically want to sign up for this thing. I'm going to do that actually either during this or once we get off, I'll sign up. Yeah, and I think anyone can sign up, hopefully. They didn't have any requirements on there. But we'll see. Anything can happen.
Boy, you're wild. I think that's what I love about you. You are a wild young man. Because the first thing, well, actually, my wife is just like a younger version of Ryan. I asked my wife, I was reading it, and I said, honey, what do you think of this? She started reading it, the first couple of lines. I would go, definitely, I'm there. And, I'm just a little different. Like, well, me and Tess is the same.
Like, what are you back? I don't know, right?
I'm like, what about me?
Whoa,
You know what I'm saying?
let's calm down. We can go to the movies here. We can go get, food, right? I mean, you're talking about learning how to grow food and making sure the air system's right. I mean, we're still learning how to build on Earth, really. We're still learning how to sustain and keep refreshing on Earth. We're learning, right? But
Exactly.
I mean, because you'd have to physical body sleep for a while, right? I mean, do I have an echo?
Now you sound good. It might be coming through. It's not bleeding through. So you sound great.
Oh. So, I mean, can we light sage there, right? What's the atmosphere going to be like? Because you'd be like, I don't know, I'm feeling great. Is this the air system going, or what are they feeding us in here? You'd go a little nuts, I think, because at least at the beginning, would it be like a little bit of a U-boat type thing where you're kind of submerged and you got to figure out what the weather's like? I mean, even if you're traveling from, say, California to, where are you at? Michigan? Where'd you say?
Michigan.
You were at?
Michigan.
Yeah, your weather's even going to be different, right? Even different calendars. So that's going to be the hard part too. Where do you park? Where do you stay and start to establish everything? But you know what? If we got women like your wife, then she's going to rock that place, have stuff together. You don't have to worry about Ryan. She'll be like, I got you, let me get your stuff and let's rock this, right? So maybe that's a good thing that we have the young population being like, all right, let's do it. Let's, get in that vibration, get in that energy of, yeah, we're human beings, and okay, we've made it to the moon, and this could be fun. I mean,
I don't know, Tass. My whole thing is I'm big on, I'm big on agendas. I just want to know what the agenda is. Is this like they say, I think if I read it right, Crop, they want 400,000 people. 400,000. What's the agenda? Are we going to be mining for gold to save our atmosphere like the Anunnakis did? I mean, what's the agenda?
Well,
yeah.
It could go one of two ways. It can go flying, or it can blow up deliberately to get rid of a large amount of people. Right?
True. But then even of that amount of people, think about it, you're going to have teachers and healers. And I mean, it's kind of a big, so that really is a small amount of people to go. But like the organizational thing, who would like organize that? Because now you're talking, what kind of books would you bring? What type of, first aid would you need to bring? Like, that's a pretty hefty little, so, I mean.
They'll have it. You have to look at it like a hotel.
That would, right? I mean, that's a meaty process. And then you're like, oh shit, you get out there and you're like, okay, now we need an MRI or an X-ray for like a broken finger. And you're like, sorry, dude, just drink water. You'll be fine. Suck it up. Oh, wait, no, we could go out there though. And we could be like, Ryan's in like hog heaven with like all these crystals everywhere. And we're sitting back like, damn, and he's feeling this different vibe. So then you don't have to like really move anything because now you're using the crystals. So, right? So, I mean, I guess anything could be possible, huh?
I guess so. I'm thinking more militant though. I'm thinking it'll be more like the military, more structured. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, my daughter just joined the Navy. So for me as a mom to know that, she'll be provided for and fed and, at least in that regard, which is a mom, this is scary, very scary. I'm proud of her, but, right? Sometimes you just gotta, right? It is what it is.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to open up the phone line real fast, 734-230-2744. I just want to know, is it just me or Tess, or is there more Ryan Croppers out there? Would you go to this new satellite if you were accepted? I just want to hear from somebody else out there. And we'll run over to the chat real fast because once we get into these crystals, there's no turning back. We just want to acknowledge some people while we're waiting on the calls to come in. Let's see who we got in the chat today. We got, we're going to show some love. This is how we share love every day, Tess, of people that show up. We got people that show up all the time. So we got Matt, and I won't know you in the chat. So just start chatting. Say hello, Tess. Show some love. Or put some hearts in there so I know you're there with us. We got Matt. Thank you, Matt. We got Jake. We got Cole. World 96 is with us today. Thank you so much. We got B-Rad is here. We got JJ is here. We got Paya. Thank you for showing up. Antonio. We got Green Shiz is here. Regular. Thank you for being here. We got Liam is here. We got Davey is here. Thank you for showing up. Chris Smith. Paula. Kenny. Thank you for showing up. Here's a cool name. I Get Buckets.
Hey, that's actually basketball. He was on Periscope subscribing to me. He said it was basketball buckets. Just a quick note of that.
Melody is here. Thank you. We got Yogi Jones is here. Look at the hearts. Dakota, thank you so much for showing up. Green Lie is here. Okay. B-Rad. Christopher is here. They're coming in. So while we got the phones open, 734-230-2744. We just want to know, would you, if you had a chance to live on a satellite, would you leave? Would you pack up everything and leave? Let us know, 734-230-2744. Now, while we're waiting on that call, I want to give you guys some trending news of what's going on. I just feel like it's my responsibility from the vibration that I get from you guys. We got all different kinds of consciousness on these that joining us. We got very high vibrating folks, and we got individuals that are just starting this journey. So they're more grounded around the root chakra and the solar plex chakra. So they're real sensitive to what's going on in 3D. And I just feel led to say this because in this third dimension right now, and I just caught this morning, there are threats, just threats. There's nothing to be. And when I tell you this, I don't say this from a place of fear. I want you to understand that. I just want you to be aware of what's going on around you, from the astral realms to space. You see how we talk about space all the way down to three-dimensional, 3D. They're threatening now, and there's always an agenda, right? They always try to lead with fear. When I say I talk about the governments or the powers that be, right? There's this threat going on that the United States, some of you have heard this, and Russia are threatening this World War thing, and that they're refueling and sending jets and boats and ships over there. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, is, all right, to be open-minded about what's going on, because we all know that the cabal is coming down. We know that. We don't know when. We know there's going to be a change. We know we're going from 3 density to 4th density. We know that this new energy is coming from the cosmos. We know that we're becoming more conscious, and the more conscious that we become, the more things change. Okay, so for things to get better, the powers that be that are in place, they got to get the F out of here. Okay, and if it takes force, there are some beings and conscious higher beings that are willing to go there to give us our right of free will back. This is how I'm seeing this. I don't see it as like this death, blood, war, gory war. They're going to blow up the world. I don't see it like that. But I do see it as resistance from keeping us in the dark, from keeping us 3 density, from keeping us under mind control, from keeping us eating GMO food, from keeping us from our free will. So this is what I wanted to tell you guys. They are taking position like a chess game. The players are on the board. Okay. And I wanted to say this, all right? If you do not have water, a lot of water, and a lot of food, okay? Just the basics, all right? Be mindful of that, especially in the United States. And I say this because the grids can go down. What do I mean by the grids? Power. We could lose power. All right. So you want to make sure you got enough water for your animals, for your plants. A lot of you have land. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, be mindful about this. Have rice, have grain, have food. Okay. Have food and fresh water for 30, 45 days or so. All right. I'm just throwing that out there. I feel responsible. You don't want to get caught, because when the lights go out, it's usually too late. You know what happens when the power goes out for any amount of time? You're not going to be able to get this stuff. You're going to be in that rat race. If, in fact, it happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I know how these guys move, and they move with this. Let's turn all of the lights out for a minute. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's fake a war. Let's blow this up, or let's do that. I'm just telling you because I love you guys, and I can feel it. I can feel it, and a lot of you can feel it, okay? It's not to be afraid of, because we know we're immortal, right? We know we can rise above. We know we're putting out that energy of love, and the reason that we're putting out this energy of love, this is what's causing the change. Our high vibrations are causing the change, the shift in this power that's been ruling over us for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. All right, so I just wanted to say that. We got it out of the way. We gave you guys a chance to call in. I'm going to shut the phones off for now. And we're going to get into this, Tessa. These crystals.
Yes.
These crystals.
Yes. Hey, listen, whoever has a crystal, let's grab our crystals seriously. And, I can feel the energy completely and totally coming in. So like you're saying, if anybody is in a situation like that, I literally hope for all time that you guys are calm and get to your destination or whatever you need, like swiftly and fast. Serious. I'm just sending that out there. Whew. So I have been on search and rescue as a diver where, it was the sheriff's department when somebody would go drowned or get lost or something, we would recover their bodies. So my stockpile of resources, of emergency resources, is really high. The funniest thing is, though, is sometimes when you're having an emergency, you don't have the resources with you.
Right.
So on top of the water and food, we have completely forgotten the cash fucking system. Pardon me. But you know what? A long time ago, we used to carry change. We used to work for change and money and cash. Now we're so much on this digital system and our card system. So like you're saying, you know, shutting us down can be as simple as, okay, our bank account is blocked. Well, if something happened, you know, it doesn't have to be a loss of food or water or, you know, a natural disaster. It's, you know, just a simple, oh my gosh, the fire alarm went off and I need to get out of my house and at least stay in a hotel for the night, you know, so food in a bag or, you know, money in a bag so you can go and provide for yourself. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you need, like you're saying, water, look for vegetation, look for, you know, where that willow tree is, educate yourself on the you know, plant elements. What is the plants that need more water? What do those look like? So that you can adapt and like find the water, right? We're humans, we'll find that water. I'm sorry, I love talking about this because it's, you know, really about our, you know, our roots, our base chakra. Okay, so a lot of us that are new, we're, you know, getting out of the flat earth feel. We're starting to understand we're something more than this physical body. So a lot of us are changing. We're learning a new language, the chakra system, the energy system, right? And so what you're talking about is not only physically our survival, right? But also etherically, what is our new world going to be like? What is our structure that we're putting into place? So it's investing in yourself, whether it's adding the water to yourself or adding your supply. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure does.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys bring up some really cool points. When I was in college, I also thought to myself, what if, and my twin brother actually, he wanted to create a super suit, which will basically, he will use in order to keep his, like, he was thinking of the more tactical side of things. I was thinking of building my own super suit, more of a sustaining type of thing. So he was going from more practical and, you know, combat ready, just in case people go nuts. And I was
well,
thinking,
if I got bullets and you got food, I'm going to take your food. I might like you a lot, but you know what? I am going to survive. Get it? So there are lots of, go ahead. Sorry, side bust. I'm just saying I'm an American. I have the right to bear arms and I will choose to use and use that right. I will be peaceful. Monks know how to be badass, right? So sorry. Not sorry.
I love Tess. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you.
Okay, wait.
You see, make sure you have food, water, and let me add one. Have your shit cocked, locked, and loaded, because it might get kind of tight for a minute. Go ahead, Crop. You was telling me about these suits, man. These suits.
I actually found an easier way to deal with all of that.
Tell us, because I'm in Detroit, man. I just, you know, I know what happened here. Tell me an easier way to deal with mayhem.
Two things: psychology and your body. You don't need a tactical suit. You can learn martial arts. I'd learned taekwondo and kickboxing, and I know certain pressure points, and I can throw knives pretty well. Not only that, but psychology-wise, you need to know how to play off people. So you need to be the scavenger who basically, if you see a group of bad people, you want to watch them for about a week. And then you watch their psychology. If two people don't get along, then when they're asleep, you take some food off one person, put it in the other person's bag, and you make them tear each other apart, right? You follow them for a week, and they go down one by one. It's all psychology. They don't even know you exist at this point. So you don't even have to touch them, right? Not only that, but you need long-range weapons if you are going to go that route. I would say avoiding confrontation is like the best play on their psychology. Second, the physical body. I dry fasted for 6 days, no food, no water. Everyone's body has the ability to go without food for a while. Not only that, but whilst I was in I was in Wales for a while doing expeditions. So I had to learn how to find food, how to find water. I was a big fan of Bear Grylls, where you find water in a desert, and how to build the shelters and everything. So the first thing you want to do is you want to hit up a library if this stuff does go down. Hit up a library, take all those books, and find out psychology before you go there. You know, play with people. The best
Dude,
way
I'm
of
going
surviving.
to Costco.
It may sound
I'm just
mean,
kidding. I'm just
but-
playing. No, it's
You
true.
know?
No, it's true, right? And it makes sense too, because you have more knowledge, and the way that humans are is we thirst for knowledge. We just need to be able to like go into that book, you know, because that's your teacher. You know, when you can get into that book, you're gonna learn and know how to survive on like any level. I love that, because you're writing a book, and right, so you need. Yep. See. Yes. He's like, you got to save the books, man. You got to save them.
Save the books.
Yes. So see that, yeah, that would make sense too. Sorry, yes.
That's a great
Yes.
point because all of the prior wars
Mhm.
and how we got to the state that we are in now, they
Mhm.
wiped out all of the knowledge.
It's books. It's always all about the books. So, hello. I love that I'm Contessa, and I love that we have crystals. And these little unique beings are our record keepers. And they definitely keep and hold this vibration for us, so that when we're listening in meditation and we're really quiet within ourselves, we're able to like link and reach and get the books and the knowledge that we need in the form in which we need it. And so that can be the learning curve of, here you need this one book that writer or that teacher was able to just, you know, jot down real quick, is like quick little notes for you. Or you need the real, you know, like meaty, it's winter time, you're cold, and you need this thick encyclopedia that's like, you know, real full of information that you're just flooding your stuff with. But you have to sit there and like let it absorb, right? Just like a song, you know? So, yeah, the crystals will hold the different vibrations and they'll emanate that out. So it's kind of like it's one and the same. Does that make sense? Because I know, Ryan, I bet you started really writing better once you got the crystals, right?
Actually, no. I started.
Or you've always had crystals, huh?
Yeah, I've always had them from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to go out in the garden and I used to take chalk stones, carve them so they look really nice. I used to just hold a stone from the earth easily. I got it really young. Like really young. It's just about natural, so I started doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just completely evolved since then. And I can do some weird things with crystals. Now I don't even have to use crystals to do certain things, to hold energy or to send it. I can use any object, even people, insects. It goes beyond crystals once you understand the logic of crystals. Once you understand how the crystal works, you can then use that with everything else, you know.
Cool. Let's for the new people out there, let's get more into our topic now, because we kind of crunch for time. We're narrowing this show down to 1 hour for a lot of different reasons, but we got about an hour. We're halfway through. For the beginners out there, Tess and Ryan, you can chime in on this. I am not the crystal guy, so I got my. You guys think I'm playing? I got my pen. I got my notes. If someone's brand new, how do they? What's? I think when I'm asked, and I'll ask the first question. What's a great crystal to start with if you're brand new and you just need help raising your energy?
Hey, let's put the crystal up at the same time. See if we
Uh-oh. Well, I kind of moved the one that I think it should be. I think it should have been this one, but I intuitively picked this one. So
the one you intuitively picked.
I was like, yes.
This is
yours part
amethyst.
smoky?
And here is my baby right here.
Yes. Oh, is yours? Oh, what a love! You have a Vogel. That's a Vogel, correct?
This one is a quartz. This is
But
a quartz.
that's considered a Vogel. Yours is a Vogel wand, Derek.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm not a crystal expert, but this This crystal right here amplifies my thoughts and my energy. It amplifies everything that I do.
So what you have there is a Vogel wand, and the man who I believe worked for IBM, I believe the computer guru, he did like a figure of what would be the perfect amount of cuts and sides to make something perfect, and that's what he came up with. So that would be like a rosary, if you know, for prayers for crystal realm. You can take that and put that in your hand just like that, and you can feel the energy coming from that. Say your hands here, your chakra, and you can point it down like that, right, at your hand, and you'll start to feel the energy go into your hand and vice versa.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel the energy in the center of my palm.
That is a great tool. That is beautiful.
So what would be for that new person if they wanted to go out right after this podcast? And I know there's different crystals for different things, but in general, what's a great crystal to start off with?
Well, I would say a quartz would be perfect, because that's like giving yourself a nice little, you know, a splash and clearing all your chakras, just getting everything just in alignment, allowing yourself to settle into what's happening with the crystals, because they're clearing out a lot of emotional stuff that can come up. They intuitively are vamping your all of your beautiful skills or gifts that you would have, so you kind of have to like slowly gradually get into it. So the quartz is gonna extend your aura out and clear it, but it like is your first book, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just teaching you, this is what, you know, letters are, so you can learn how to make words and then learn how to make sentences. And then that's just the beginning, you know, it's like sit with it, keep it in your pocket, get to know it. This is your buddy, you know, for all intents and purposes. They're kind of fun to hang out with. So, I mean, if you're serious with them, if that's your normal nature, then like be serious with them, you know, give them a box, you know, like call them a name. They'll tell you what their names are, certain ones. If you're playful, be playful with them. Have fun, you know, because what happens is you start adding more crystals to you once you know, get the quartz, because it's like, you know, the law of attraction. It just starts, they're like, yeah, you know, you like me, all right, you know, I like you. This is beautiful. They've come from millions and millions of years, and, you know, like some crystals that they're not even of this earth. So, you know, to be in contact with them and attune your physical body to them is pretty cool. So, yes.
Hey, Derek, you see that one? I don't think it's gonna swing. Focus, Krista. There it is. No, oh, you can see it anyway, right? See
Is that
Derek
the one that I have, Ryan? Is that
that's the one you have? Yeah. But this is a lighter shade.
This is the Moldavite, right? Yeah, I can feel it. So all those who are hanging out and connected with us, if you feel that in your heart, literally what they're doing is they're flushing out all that, like, oh my goodness, I can't love myself, I'm not worthy, I'm, you know, all that shit we've been literally passing on down generation to generation. And it flushes that out and opens up this unconditional love. So those are rockin' crystals. Drink water. Right, we were talking water.
Lots of water.
Lots of water. Yeah, and think energy. Remember, like, you know, water and energy work like a certain way, right? We see lightning when it's raining, right? We just had Matthew, the Hurricane Matthew. That was pretty intense. Was it Hurricane Matthew? Right, seeing that water. So we've been starting to see a little bit more weather. So it makes me think rain, think lightning. How does lightning go, right, in the water? It'll spread faster, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what's happening is if we think of our body in energy, right, and how things are flowing, we want to cushion the way that the energy is flowing through our body. So the way we cushion that is through the water, the current, and getting it going. So keep drinking water. Water.
Yeah. Plus, if you look at the body like a electromagnet, the faster your current, and the more electricity you have. Plus, when it comes to lightning and light itself, you need potassium and you need, I think, magnesium will help as well, but mainly the potassium. Once you get enough current in your body and there's enough electrical activity in your nervous system, it actually changes the structure of the water to act more like a gas, and then you get more of a plasma type energy in the body. If you can control that on purpose, then you can get into what the monks are doing, where they burn things with their hand, and they have like the halo effect on their head, and they can tune in with lightning, the same way we tune into crystals as well, and do some weird stuff with the weather. Minerals are really important. Yeah?
I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead, my friend. I'm sorry.
Minerals are really important, and the body is like a alchemical machine, biological machine, and it's in tune with everything. The same thing that our elements can do, our bodies can do, because it's built out of the same stuff. You just need to learn how to do it properly, and then you can do a lot of cool things.
Stardust and water.
Right.
Okay, so
we're like, what are you made out of? Stardust and water. What about you?
all right, so I'm gonna be the guinea pig to get this rocking. Okay, so I want to just everybody to see this crystal.
You got some nice crystals, man. They cut so perfectly.
Now this crystal, as I told you guys before, and Ryan or Tess, you can chime in on this. This is the crystal that helped me, seriously, no bullshit on this. Recover I mean, well, they say once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. I don't believe that shit, because I didn't go to a rehab. I didn't have any type of counseling. This crystal right here took the addiction for alcohol away from me, and also my masturbation addiction came this crystal right here. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, help me. It put me and it put me, and it's hard for me to explain this. I know what happened whenever, first of all, we're gonna blah 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 blah. I get real emotional. And you know why I'm getting so fucking emotional? Because of this one. Didn't I tell you guys about this crystal? I feel like I'm about to fucking cry. This one right here. I'm watering up and shit. See, these crystals are very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. This one right here.
Yes.
This crystal gets me so emotional. I feel like I'm about to cry. But anyway, this crystal,
well, and you got to think of it too is letting all that emotional stuff literally come to the surface, right? We're all water, so those tears are like filling up that cup to like let it flow over, you know, and go out. So it's like you're healing. Does that make sense? Like your body's excreting that part of your emotional body. So when that would raise you, like, and what's cool is seeing these rocks, me seeing these rocks and you picking the ones that you're picking, the way and the shape that they are shows me that you've been an intuitive healer. Because that's another like wand, isn't that funny? Like an etherical wand, the shape that crystal is. But what happens is it like it takes the lower vibration of that lower chakra stuff and like raises it up so that you're like, oh, okay, I don't need to do, say, the drinking because I'm doing this over here. It lets those emotions go out. But the alcoholism stuff, that addiction, it's hard, but it's also, you know, part of that is a habit. So once we, you know, get into, say, the crystal stuff, we're looking at that habit, that way of thinking, that going to that drink or going to whatever that was. Say it was like a self-defeating masturbation, whatever. Well, whatever. We're people. We should have fun. But, sorry.
No, it's cool. But
you know what I mean?
Thing. I'll go in a little. That's why I say.
But that's what I mean. Yeah.
I'll be the guinea pig. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did this crystal? One might ask. Okay, Derek, that's cool. How did that crystal help you? Well, the first thing, and Ryan, I want you to go into this too when I say it, because Ryan was the first one to teach me how to do this. Okay. What I did was I placed my intent into this crystal. Okay. And I'll let Ryan go into that, but I placed my intent into this crystal. And every time I got the urge to take a drink, I would just pick this crystal up and I would feel the energy at the time that I placed into this crystal that I did not want to drink any again. So it was kind of like a vibrational, and Tess, what you said, it raised my vibrations up and I could feel my intent and my will and my desire not to drink anymore. The same with masturbation. I'm not saying anything is wrong with any of these. Right?
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, right? I mean, some part of it is that's our human body. You know, the masturbation part, that's our human body. That's our human body. You know what I mean? So, I mean, anything is probably in excess an issue. But we are male and female internally. So that's our, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be anything bad or wrong, but say you've grown up and had so much trauma in your childhood, then we will think it's bad or dirty. So like that intention of bringing it up and, you know, like, no, I'm going to clear that. That amethyst is like raising it up like, no, it's cool. You know, I'm going to clear that. So then putting that intention in with your crystal, that's fucking beautiful, because you're going through, literally as you're holding that, your generations of your family and your children and all your friends of being like, no, this is gonna be healing and radiating that purple light out. I love it. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm so proud of you. I'm like, yes, you know, right? Heck
But in my
yeah.
case,
So you're like,
in my
going,
case,
like, what happened? Ryan, where are you at? I need to get this.
but in my case, with the masturbation, and I always say it's not good or bad. In my case, it wasn't a good or bad. I couldn't get out of my fucking body because I didn't have enough life force energy.
Right.
So I had to stop. I had to stop shooting out.
Right.
I was weak. I couldn't get out of body. And I'm just being honest, at that time, it was hard for me to stop. So I was talking to Ryan about it, and he said, you need to get some crystals, right? Yeah. And when I first got these crystals, this particular crystal had someone else's, from people fondling the crystals in the store, it had someone else's intent. So Ryan, I want you to just tell the people when they get these new crystals, how important it is to place their intent into the crystals, and how exactly do you do it?
That's a loaded question.
But just the basics, Crop. The basics, you know, that's very important.
I'll try my best to do basic. So
just basic.
Get a crystal. You want to clear energy. So your body has loads of energy stuck in it. You carry it with you throughout your day, month, week, and sometimes even years. Sometimes you can feel it being projected for your family members. They then speak a belief, which is like the spell, which grounds their energy into your body. Now that you believe in that belief, that's what holds the energy there. So you can clear the energy all you want. The fact of the matter is, if the belief's still there, it's just going to grow again. So you kind of got to get at the base. What you did with the crystal is you cleared the energy with the crystal. You didn't want it to be there anymore. So you started thinking about the belief, okay, about the masturbation belief. Do you have to do it? Why am I doing it? And I told you, okay, think with yourself, let the energy come up. How's it changing your mindset? You know, what makes you think you need to masturbate? And then we even went into, I said, no man can fantasize about what it's like to have sex with loads of different women, because every woman's different. Their energy is different. They're built different. So what actually happens is your subconscious mind will use what you already know from people who you've already been with to pull that memory of an experience and attach it to an image. So that to me is really pointless in fantasizing about having sex with somebody if you can't even come close to what it's actually like. So
where you're like, oh my God, did you get the towels? Where's the showers?
Oh shit.
So when you think about it like that, that changes the mental perception, which holds the energy. So now all of a sudden, you know, you won't have the need to go online, because what you thought was real is actually fake. So the need's gone. So you hold the crystal, the whole time you're changing your perception of everything that you used to do. And the crystal clears the energy and it doesn't come back. And the cool thing about crystals, especially quartz crystals, and quartz crystals, actually, they're the highest vibrational ones that I've noticed so far. They're really nice. And that's why it's good to start with quartz, because
I think, and that's the most abundant, isn't that? I'm side busting, huh? Isn't that the most abundant is quartz? Don't we have, that is the most abundant on Earth, right? It's like our ocean part of the crystal, right?
Right. It's in Earth. It's just everywhere. I watched a documentary where it looked like Superman Fortress. It's so cool.
Like, let's go adventure. Sorry.
Right. But you hold the crystal, and because it's so high in vibration, you're going to feel it go through your body. And when you're thinking about the trauma or the problem you have, that automatically puts your awareness to that part of the body. And because you're holding the crystal, the energy knows where to go. And then it just pushes it out of the way. And then through that psychological process and through the channeling and being aware of the energy going through the body, you clear and you mend and you fix everything. You know, and you just keep doing it and you just keep going. And you have to be honest with yourself as well. You can't have any resistance with who you are. You have to accept it. Easy way to do that. You're not the only one who's had those thoughts. There are thousands of people on this planet and they've had worse thoughts than you have. And it's just the way it is.
Hey, there's, you know what? There's just nothing wrong with us actually being humans. You know, I mean, and I will say that, you know, I'm a woman, and you know what? That's the shadow of being a woman is, oh, you can't talk about it. You have to be a lady, you know, act this way. Don't say you want to get freaky. Like, that is just not supposedly okay, but it needs to be, you know, like we need to be able to know our body intuitively too. But I love it when we can grab a crystal and, you know, feel that energy. I love it. You are like the best friend on the planet. You're like, dude, man, I got to stop doing this. Who talks to their friend like that? They're like, I got your back, huh? Right. You guys are awesome friends. I love this.
No, it was just like, you know, it was some things that I wanted to accomplish.
Heck yeah,
especially
yeah.
I wanted to, and I was getting stuck half out of my body and in my body. You know what I mean? And so I just couldn't get all the way out of the body at the time. And it was because I didn't have enough life force energy. I was drained. And we just got on the top. We would just, you know, we just talk like brothers, Ryan, like my little brother. And it was funny. He was like, you know, well, do you masturbate? And I was, fuck yeah. You know, you know what I mean? And he was like, dude, you gotta like, you gotta stop. You ain't got no energy. It's like a rocket trying to take off, right? With no fuel, right? And I was like, dude, you know, and then that's how I got into the crystal thing, and ever since. But it was just amazing. Not only did it help me with the masturbation, but the drinking. And when I say I'm an alcoholic, I was a functioning, and I'm not trying to, a lot of people, I want to take the sting away from that word, okay? I was a functioning alcoholic, meaning I would drink every fucking weekend. I would drink to the basketball game, the football games. You know what I'm saying? It was a habit, like Tess said. It was just a habit of me doing. But now it's like, ever since I learned how to place intent and deal with different energies and frequencies, it's a habit. So if I want to drink, I just hold this crystal. If I don't really want to, I just pick the crystal up. And it's
it's amazing. And here's the thing is, you know, I literally watched one of my best friends, like, there he goes again. I literally watched one of my friends die from alcoholism. You know, like, that really is a true thing. And when you watch somebody who, like, you know, can drink at that amount and, you know, absorb that into their body, it, you know, shit starts shutting down. You know, your liver, your whole system starts shutting down. Like, it's not an easy death. So water's good. Getting that, you know, out of the way is good, right? Because, like, that's not how you want to go out. You want to be like, you know, right, some other way, right? And what happens is we forget that, okay, I'm an empath. I talk to dead people. I love being able to do that. I think that's an amazing thing because their souls were still around. But what happens is the souls a lot of times will hang out of the lower density, lower energy in, you know, like the alleyways and in the bars and in that, because you're drinking. And so you're having a different part of your body is not protected. You know, like if you were a surgeon, you would wash your hands, you would protect yourself with gloves. Well, the crystals are clearing and healing this etheric body so that those lower vibrations aren't coming near you and attaching to you. And so when you're drinking, when you're there, it's like, you know, they can hang out there because nobody's telling them to go, right? Because when we're drinking, we need our buddies around, right? Well, not that that's a bad thing, but, you know, that lower negative, lower vibration feels funky.
Oh, yeah. The last time I was at a nightclub was in 2011, and my third eye was wide open, and I saw this hideous black creature thing just like climb up the side of the nightclub. It was huge. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, no one's seeing this stuff?
You're like, dude, right? But you're attuned, you're seeing that, right? To be like, oh, snap, you know? So that's kind of like an alert, you know? It's getting you on guard. It's letting you be protected so that, like we said in the beginning, full perfect circle, protecting ourselves in all environments. Because, right, there's a lot of meaty, crazy shit out there. Right? So I can imagine if you were, you know, drinking and having those long nights and that bullshit, like, you know, really stuck to you once you got the amethyst, cleared it of the intention. And like you said, you know, you go into a store, everybody's got to touch it because we have to touch things. We're very sensitive as human beings like that. Like, you know, if you're a woman, well, I am, I've got to touch everything, even when I go into the store clothing wise, you know, how that shirt feels. Well, if you're new to crystals, the crystals will feel the same way too. You know, you'll start touching them and seeing which one feels good. So like you're saying, and like Ryan's saying, get that, all those other people touching your stuff off of it. And yeah, saging it, water's good. And then your intention, huh? Heck yeah.
Okay, here's another question. Okay, for you. What's the best way when we get these new crystals? Because I know a lot of people go out and buy these new crystals. Quartz crystal is a good one to start off with. How do we clear the energy from the energy that was put into these crystals from people just fondling the crystals in the store? What's a good, easy way to start off fresh with this crystal?
Are you asking me or Ryan?
You.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm part Native American, so I'm always going to literally say go to sage first. Sage your baby. Get it. So when you're getting a crystal, try and order sage or pick up sage with it. If you're near sage, you know, get it and dry it. But it's simple. You just want to light your sage.
Looks like a huge blunt of marijuana.
Right? Hey, I'm in California. I told you I was here stirring the pot.
I was like, wow.
Right? I mean, that's definitely around here somewhere, but like, so you so we're in the garden. It's the best place to be. So you just literally want to clear it. And this is when you're setting the intention. And remember, like I said, they're the record keepers and stuff. So they're going to hold that intention. So think of it like if you were, we're old school, right, Derek? I don't know if Ryan even knows what a cassette tape is, but you know.
I'm not
old
that
school. Yeah. We're like, okay, so old school, you get a cassette tape, you would record it, and then it's set. So imagine this is like you're recording what you want to literally emanate out and come back to you, your intentions. And then give it time. Like, remember, okay, we're talking masturbation, so that's like getting to the destination. We're done. Okay, now we need to move on to something else, as opposed to sit with your rock for a bit. Just enjoy feeling the vibration and the tone of the crystal. And, you know, when you're done with it, set it aside or, you know, keep it with you. But it'll know when you're done really working with it. Plus, they're kind of cool to sit and find all the different angels and different rainbows in them too, right? Quartz are pretty awesome like that. You think they're simple, but they're pretty awesome. I think they are. Wait, let me put the sage right there. Yes.
Nice. Okay, another question. Crop, I'm going to direct this one to you, my friend. If we're experiencing different entities, or we're hearing, or we just feel like something is in the room with us, okay? We can't get rid of them. Are there any crystals that you recommend that can help block out negative entities?
Well, yes and no. I mean, lead, but you can't touch lead, it's dangerous. If more of the stones will do that, the earth stones, iron is a really good one. If you can channel the frequency of those metals, that'll block a lot of spirits. We can't walk through metal things when we project or when we're already dead. We can't do that. So,
like the corner bulb.
yeah, so you want to admit that, and it goes into intention mainly with the higher vibrational stones like quartz when it comes to blocking things. Quartz can be used to block and to pull things in depending on the intention. It just heightens what you already think is there, you know? And then that deals with how good is your intuitive ability or your empathic ability? Are you feeling someone there, or are you feeling your energy stain on your clothes that are inside the wardrobe? Because that can feel as if there's someone in there when really it's just like, it's you, it's your energy that's been imprinted on the clothing. So can you clear your clothes when it's in the wardrobe before you go to bed so it feels like your wardrobe's empty? You know, it's stuff like that. A lot of people, their minds, their imaginations just get the better of them, especially if they start watching TV. My brother came to visit my new place. He saw my wardrobe. It's a big old looking thing. And he started talking about The Conjuring, where apparently hands come out and clap. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. So what are you talking about? And he's like shitting himself, like freaking out.
I'm the Conjuring nun this year. That's awesome. Am I hot? No.
So he sat there looking at my wardrobe, projecting this thought form into my wardrobe. And I can
You're
feel
like, dude, back off.
But it's fine. I cleared it completely. I made like I made a bubble, and I put it around my. Even though my clothes were there, I made a bubble that vibrated at a certain frequency, and I put it. It's like a cloaking bubble over the wardrobe. So when you look at it, it feels as if it's empty, even though my clothes are in there. And I can go to the house and other things, you know. But I learned that from crystals as well. So when it comes to, it's really a matter of perception, discerning certain energy types, not letting your mind get the better of you. And if you want to get rid of things, you need iron and salt.
Iron and salt. I heard that before. Okay, I want to take the time out, ladies and gentlemen. We miss you. The phone lines are now opening back up. Call 734-230-2744. And just know there's no dumb question. You can ask questions about crystals. You can ask questions about life. You can just call and share some love. We want to hear some voices. We need that energy to help this new movement of energy go viral. So the phone lines are open. You can call right now. And Tess, I want to shoot another question your way.
Wait. I forgot something real quick
Go
before
ahead.
you continue. I forgot one of the main points clearing. Wash your room. I mean, like properly. All your clothing, there can't be anything you've already worn the day before. Wash everything, clean everything, and make sure windows are open and sunlight can get into your room. Dark beings hate sunlight, and they hate clean places. So go clean crazy. Hey, you can do it now. Did it.
Okay, cool. All right, so recap. Copper, don't touch lead, right? And wash everything real good.
Oh, iron. Not copper, iron.
And iron. So we're going to take a caller.
Yeah, copper's pretty good. Too. That's a good.
And give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a caller on the line. You're live with Derek, Tess, and Ryan. You are live.
Hello, it's me again, David. I called a few weeks ago.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, I have questions on a couple crystals. Right now, I have selenite and I think black tourmaline. And I was wondering what could I use with them? Because I knew Ryan talked about selenite and ulexite before, but I couldn't find any ulexite where I got them. But I've heard these two are a good combination as well. If, any tips?
Okay, so you said you had, what's it? You had the tourmaline and
Selenite.
selenite. So this one. Selenite's great.
Ooh, we're all ooh. We're just bringing it really good up. That's a good crystal. Go for it, Ryan. What do you think?
Wait, what was he asking about again? Like, he started mentioning the crystals, and then what was the actual question?
What's a good meditation, I guess, or what can I use this to the best of my ability?
Ooh, I like that.
Well, the best meditation, just being aware of the crystals. What you should do is pick up either one, so you keep many in front of you. And you pick one up and you notice the shift in your body, how sensitive you are to each one. The one you gravitate towards is the one you need to be working with. The selenite and the euluxite are really high stones. They really do tap you into your intuition, and they will cause you to know stuff about people and other things, which are really cool. But the tourmaline, that tends to bring up all of your negative energy that are associated to bad habits. That's why they call it a clearing stone. You have to watch out though, because it can turn you into an asshole. So if you're not aware of what's happening,
but an asshole's a good thing, because sometimes we need to do the anti-bullying stuff, and that's, well, maybe not. I'm Italian, so I believe, like half Indian and half Italian, so I believe in the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What I mean by that is sometimes you can project old energy onto people when they don't deserve to be treated a certain way.
That's true. That's true.
In control of what's coming up, and then you end up like spitting stuff out at everyone, and then you could like put a stone down, be normal, and everyone hates you. You know?
You're like, sorry, I was stoned. Back away.
Yeah. Okay, Dave. Thank you for your call. I'm gonna just answer a chat question, and you guys can chime in on the chat question. If we're so powerful, quote unquote, right? And I can feel this. I can feel where this energy is coming from. This is coming from a space of doubt, a space of lack. If we're so powerful, Ryan and Tess, why do we need crystals if we're these immortal, infinite beings? Why do we need crystals?
Well, you don't need crystals if you're normal. That's what I would say, normal. So if you're already fine, you shouldn't need crystals. You can actually conjure up, because when you hold a crystal, your body records it, it's information. So you can actually sit there without it and conjure up the vibration of crystals that you've touched within your past. But if you're numbed down, if you're not that powerful because your body's broken, if you've been poisoned with all the stuff you're putting into your body, you're not going to be receptive. So you have to start doing these things. Otherwise, you're not going to get to where you should be. So yeah, we're powerful once you're the way you're supposed to be, but we're not that way anymore. We've been screwed up with pharmaceuticals and our diet and everything.
Big time. Big time.
So you just need to cleanse everything and start using, I guess, your hands, your I like using the word psychic, your extrasensory perception, the things that you're not using, you need to use it more often. It's like, if you don't use your arms, then obviously you can't really lift anything. Everyone's so used to using their legs nowadays, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, callers, we want to give you the chance. The number, once again, is 734-230-2744. The phone lines are open. Tess, another question.
Yes.
I like running these questions. I told you guys I'm one of the biggest students in this crystal game, right?
Love it.
So now, is this crystal thing, first of all, let me say this. I know the power of crystals. I've studied crystals. I've read up on crystals. I'm sold on it. I'm a believer. I know they actually have helped me on this journey tremendously. I've built relationships. I have, like I was saying, a relationship one-on-one with 3 of my 8 crystals, but there's some that I'm neglecting. So here's my question. I know someone wants to ask this. You're just scared to call in and ask. Now, has this crystal thing, because I saw a list. It was a list and it had all of these different crystals and it said what all of these crystals were good for. Is this a myth? Is there any truth that there are prosperity crystals? Is there a certain crystal that one could purchase if they were in dire need of money, more money? Is there a prosperity crystal? Tell us about that.
Yes, there is. And it's funny because I did it, you know? I mean, like, you can like think it works, but it's kind of like Yoda, you know, you gotta believe it, you know? And remember, it's a thought. So start, you know, wait, no, this is my crystal for abundance, but it works your stomach. I would definitely be my go-to for that is going to be citrine. And that's, you know, removing the negativity, getting the blocks, meaning blocking your own self, that, you know, being able to make money, being able to get stuff coming your way. Right? Citrine works on that. And I didn't believe it, but I wanted to, you know, manifest something and see if I could sit in meditation and, you know, sit with a crystal and literally basically, you know, manifest, you know, like not the lottery, but how would it be to really manifest a larger sum of money? And sitting with the amethyst is citrine. It's just at a different vibration, correct? Is it not quite burned, but it's at a different temperature. It's the same vibration, different temperature. But the citrine will like, how do I say that? You know, because it's weird. You know, you don't want to be like, here's my business and my money business, and this is how it works. But the citrine, it brings in the situations so that the abundance flows to you. So when you're thinking like, yeah, I need that new car, or yeah, I really need that, it allows you to have those experiences. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we lost you on cam. We lost your pretty face. There you are. Sorry. Lost you again.
Am I good?
It's just showing your photo. It's okay. It'll work itself out.
Oh no, it froze perfectly. Oh no, now it's your photo. It froze with you in a funny expression.
It's that freaking energy, man.
Well, like, you know what, and I think that, like you said, right, we're talking about definitely, you know, teaching people about crystals. So we're going to have crazy stuff happen to the computer because those negative entities and stuff are everywhere. So I think that they, you know, mess with the computers, mess with the internet a little bit. So, your caller had asked about the black tourmaline. The black tourmaline is actually good for that. Black tourmaline is good for all the electromagnetic smog and computer stuff. Come to think of it, I'm glad he said black tourmaline. Yes. Sorry.
The raw black tourmaline is expensive, so I'd love to get the raw one. I tried to once, but I just didn't see if it was worth it. I just got obsidian instead. You know, the vibrations were so different, even though it's in there the same color. But it is completely different stone. It's more like glass. You know, they call it dragon's glass as well. They used to in the old days to make weapons out of it.
Ooh. Wow. You're like, yeah.
Phone line still open, 734-230-2744. If you have a question for Tess, myself, or Ryan, the phone lines are open. Don't be shy. Get your energy on this call. Hey, Ryan, you want to go over to the chat and just check to see if the shy people who don't want to pick up the phone and you think they have a dumb question.
Well, who picks up the phone anymore? We're not texting now. We're like, what? You're answering a phone?
That's
you know, we just don't communicate.
Exactly. You can't get over your anxiety if you're texting.
Yeah. You're like, I'm connected. Like, no, I want to hear your voice. Like, what do you sound like? Let me feel you. You know, what are your questions? Yes. But, you know, it is nerve-wracking when you're like, oh my gosh. I can't even leave voice messages when people don't answer. I'm like, please pick up. Please pick up. Don't make me talk to that machine. Love it.
They don't understand just by calling in, putting their vibration from the throat chakra.
I want you to see my huskies here. Come here.
You got a husky?
Come here. Yeah. Come here.
So
Come here. Say hi. Come here.
Anything good going on, Crop, or?
They're just talking amongst themselves. If you guys got any questions, put it in the chat now because I'm looking.
Any questions?
Has anyone had any great experiences with healing healing with crystals? Jay needs some help, Ryan. Where's Jay? Let me just go up to Jay. There's Jake there. JH, there's a number there. Smiley faces.
Want to say hi, Coop?
Change the subject, guys. We're trying. Your questions will help us do that. Talk about manifestations. That's a good one.
Manifestations.
Do you know what? Since I manifested this place, 2 people have contacted me saying they've done the exact same thing afterwards. They went gung-ho and started manifesting places to live.
If the husky would come here, you would see he was a manifestation right here. This little guy, I literally had a dream about him. Right?
Husky.
Yeah,
Like
he's so amazing. This dog is so awesome. But he was a manifestation. I had a dream about him. We had been, kind of talking about having a dog, because they're little beings. They're awesome for you. They're healers. And also you have to pick up their shit. So you want to really get along with your animal to a degree, and not be pissed when they eat your screen doors and things like that. But
I'm sorry. We had a call coming in. I don't know if we lost that call. Caller, you can try calling in again. Phone lines are still open. And there's no dumb question. You can call and just say hi. You can call and ask the question. You can call and state your purpose. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Once again, this is your platform also. We're giving you the opportunity to jump on live and put your energy out to the world. While we're waiting on the calls, Ryan, let's just jump into our last thoughts of the show. It's about 2:12. And on this time, Tess, what we do is we just give our last thoughts, any reviews or any information you want to put out there to the audience. We were talking about crystals today.
Your webcam's gone funny, pal. Just let you know, your webcam's gone. It's gone. It's just not
Mine
there.
is gone?
Yeah.
It's okay.
We can hear you, so that's always good.
Long as you can hear me, it's gone.
Like, yep, we know you're there.
Do you see a picture, or is a picture too?
Neither.
No.
It's just
I
great.
know black. Yeah.
Wow. Hold on, let me see what's up.
Feel like
Any last words, Crop? Final
last
thought?
words? Any last words? I guess don't underestimate patience when it comes to manifesting, because your perception of time changes. You could manifest that thing, and then from the first time you had that original thought of manifesting it, it may have been like 2 months, but it will feel like just yesterday you wanted to manifest that thing. And that's what's meant by like instant manifestation, because perception or time is nothing more than perception anyway, So yeah, I guess if you think about all the times it's happened before, how quickly time goes, then that should be,
Press 2.
I guess.
Okay. Got a caller coming in.
Call from
Chris.
to accept.
Chris, you are live on I'm Conscious Now What with Derek, Ryan, and Tess.
Hey, Derek, man, what's up?
What's going on?
You don't know if you remember me from the last one about the moon?
Can't say that. Your voice sounds very familiar, but you're live. Give us a piece. What's going on?
Yeah. I just had a quick question. What do you here's your thoughts on like just giving crystals to people? Like, does that do anything at all? Like, I mean, I do it sometimes just because I feel good about doing it, but
Do what to the crystals? I'm sorry, what?
Give it to others.
giving people crystals, just giving a random person a crystal, like, I don't know.
Oh, gosh, I do that all the time. I think that is one of the most generous giving things on the planet. I think more people should be able to give crystals away, and heck yeah. I mean, that's like clearing the world of bullshit and having fun. I mean, what better than to, give somebody a rock? Right? I mean, do you feel good when you do it? Can you hear me? Do you feel good when you give the rock away?
I don't know. I don't know if there's like an energy you give with it when you do it. Like, I always try to send it with positivity when I do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Depending on how
But it's
sensitive.
also.
Say it.
Oh,
Depending
I
on
was
how
gonna say.
sensitive.
What?
Internet. Depending on how sensitive the person is.
Can't really hear very much.
Okay. But you could always hang off and then just watch the live stream. We'll answer no question.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. See, I would say in my little feminine tone, I think it's exactly what he's saying. How open are they to what the crystal energy is going to be? Some people are like, man, my head hurts. I am dying from excruciating migraine.
Brad?
You get an amethyst and they feel better, and it's a miracle. You know, but somebody else might be not open to it then, but maybe soon after.
Okay, Brad, you're live. I'm conscious now. What? Derek, Ryan, and Tess. You got a question?
No, I don't really have a question. I just wanted to share something that happened today that I have never experienced before. So, not all the time, but sometimes I go to church with my wife, and just, I don't necessarily believe in the Christian beliefs per se, but I just think they have positive energy. I feel like it's good for my kids to be around positive energy. But today I just had this connection with the universe, and this is totally off topic of crystals and everything like that, but I actually saw an aura for the first time today. It was the pastor up on stage, and it just got me all emotional, like you were talking about earlier when you're holding your crystal. I just got all emotional. I started tearing up, started crying. I could just see his aura. It was amazing. That's really it. I just wanted to share that. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. I love it.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us today, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you for taking my call. You guys have a good weekend.
You do the same.
Yes.
Tess, any final thoughts, any final words about these crystals? It's your time to shine. Any social media information?
Oh,
links,
yes.
Anything you want to give the audience today so they can keep in touch with you?
Yes, find me on Instagram. I am Laughing Foxes Bliss on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I have a group on there too, and we're fun about sharing our crystals and just sending out the energy. I'm on Etsy because I love having my soaps and everything there. So that's etsy.com. Contessa's Rocks, and you can find where you can get readings from me there, or crystals or soap. I even have some cool my little candles this month. They're super fun. Any last words are literally, don't be afraid to dump bullshit and be amazing. Have a freaking amazing life. Time goes by fast. The crystals are great at letting you just attune to being a badass, and that's what I love. And thanks for connecting, and thanks for having me on the show. That's all, I guess.
Okay. I'm having okay. You guys see me now? Did I jump back on here?
Yes.
I pulled a rabbit out of my hat. I got two webcams set up. So now I'm actually on the webcam from the laptop. My other webcam discombobulated. Last words for me is this, ladies and gentlemen. We love you so much. We appreciate you taking time out of, you could be anywhere in the world right now. And this is why this is so special for me. We love you so much. We thank you for partaking in this live stream. We thank you for those who called in, who, shared your energy. And we thank you for your interest in consciousness. We just thank you for being here as one. I could feel the energy. Crystals I look at crystals like live consciousness. I know a lot of you look at crystals like they're just glass, they're just little objects, but these crystals, and if you haven't had an experience with a crystal yet, I recommend just going out and just purchase a crystal and just hold it in your hand. And what these crystals will do for you is they will, in my case, and everyone's different, they help me to become more sensitive to energy and frequencies, just real sensitive to touch, feeling. And the quartz crystal helped me magnify. If you're having trouble with focus, if you're having trouble focusing your thoughts, if you're having trouble alleviating certain things. Now, there's a catch-22 to crystals too. The quartz magnifies. So, and I was talking to Ryan about this before, and everything that I tell you guys, I've experienced, right? If you're with crystals, if you're having trouble with things and you add the quartz crystal to that, it will magnify that. And you can look at that as positive or negative. Magnifying it helps you to see it exactly for what it is. But if you're real sensitive to something, it will bring it to the surface like a pimple ready to pop. So just keep that in mind. I like to keep it real with you guys, but add the crystal to what you're doing. Is it a necessity? No, absolutely not. It's a tool. It's live consciousness. Crystals are alive. They are live energy. They are conscious. They have personalities, their own little personalities. And when I say personalities, I don't mean like I'm learning my crystals. Like just from...
Well, they're like songs, right? Each song has a different feel, vibe to it, right?
Exactly. They have their own little personalities like I'm neglecting. And I feel it right now. I have 12 crystals, of which I spend a lot of time with 3, and I can feel the energy of the other 12. I'm neglecting them. I don't pick them up. I don't talk to them. They're downstairs in the dark space. And after this show, I'm going down there and I'm just going to hold each crystal. So just try the crystals. Go to a crystal store. Start out with the quartz crystal if you're brand new and just hold it in your hand. And that will help you to become more sensitive to energy. Those of you who are not sensitive to energy, like, what are you guys talking about? You can feel things. Just hold the crystal. All right. So we love you.
Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun. It flew today, Ryan, didn't it?
It took off like a spaceship.
For those who don't know, we're on all different time schedules here, so this has been really fun.
And we appreciate you getting up extra early too, right? You had to get up at what, 8 a.m., something like that?
Yeah, and I had gotten off work from the haunt. I think I got home about 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm on about maybe 3 hours sleep. But, it's all good. It's for a great cause. This has been an amazing connection. I was ready to greet this day. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
You're doing well. You're doing very well. It's early in the morning where you're at, and the sun's gone down. It's dark outside where I'm at. And Derek, how's it in your place?
It's a cloudy day. I miss my son today. It's very, very cloudy. We got a lot of rain, but I love the rain. I like to go out in the...
Oh, that's citrine. That abundant stone is that sunstone.
Now, it's funny. I'm just going to close with this because it's funny. You mentioned something about the water and the energy. I love to take my crystals out when it rains and hold them in my hand and meditate in the water with the crystals. You talk about freaking energy. Oh my God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can join us right here. Same time, same place. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you Wednesday. We love you. Thank you for joining us today. And until next time, you guys.
Turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's too low. Love it. It gets stuck in my head, and then I'm like, yeah. There you go. Woo!
Party.
Yes. Woo! Happy Sunday.
Peace.
Peace.